We just had a really, like, the longest, saddest conversation.
It's not sad.
We've been whispering for like 20 minutes.
Why were we whispering? I feel like sad. I can't speak out now.
Because it was sad, and when you're sad, you whisper. That's not true. But we were whispering.
Yeah, you do, kind of.
We just had, like, a really serious talk about, like, adulthood and, like, stressful things, and, like... Let's have a happy podcast.
Yeah.
Let's talk about happy things. What?
Nothing.
What's
happy
happy?
Things.
Hey, guys.
Hello. When was the last time we even filmed something?
It was forever ago, because we filmed the Warmish podcast.
That was the last podcast we filmed, and that was also, like,
2
15 days in advance.
Yeah, it was, like, a long time in advance. But we're back, bitches. Can't get rid of us.
And I think today... we're just gonna chill.
Yeah.
Because that's in the mood I'm in now, honestly.
Yeah. We have been having a hard time of thinking of ideas to do for podcasts. Like a solid topic.
Well, that's not true, because in the past, we have been like, oh, we'll do this and this and this and this and this and this, and then we never do it.
Mm-hmm. Like, every time we go to film a podcast, we're like, what should we do it on? And we can't ever think of anything.
We also want to have guests.
Mm-hmm.
More. There's 2.
2 guests.
We have in mind. 3.
I really think, like, our people that watch the podcast need to give us, like, definite things they want us to talk about. Because we don't have I feel like we had really good ideas in the beginning, and now we don't.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, we want to make
Yeah, I really want to do that.
That one was really fun.
We're going to do that. Yeah. But, I was thinking about doing that this time, but we didn't plan.
Yeah, we need to, like...
plan for it.
I feel like we need to do a stories podcast.
Maybe we could do that today.
I feel like that's something you have to really think about beforehand.
It's true.
Like, you need to write down stories. We need to, like, you know how Jen and Julian come, like, prepared? Like, they pick a podcast topic and they are, like, prepared and shit? We're, like, the least prepared people
We just, like, sit down and have whatever conversation we feel like having. I have no drink left.
That was really late. Should we...
I have no energy.
I know. That conversation really brought me down. Should we talk about... Maybe if we talk about sad stuff, it'll lead us to good stuff. Should we talk about how our...
People don't want to watch an hour of us talking about sad
We can
stuff.
talk about the sad stuff that'll lead to the good stuff.
There's a funny thing. So, the other night, it was a really good day. Wait. I don't really remember, but... I don't really remember if it was a good day or bad day, but we should all been happy because we're all in... At that moment, we were all in good places.
No. Before that, though, it was like everything in our lives felt perfect.
Like the solar eclipse. How about we talk about that for a second?
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
It felt eerily perfect.
Like almost too good to be perfect. Like too good to be true.
The night... Okay, so we watched the solar eclipse in totality. Totality. Which was one of the most breathtaking things I've ever seen.
It was like, you know, like when your life flashes before your eyes before you die.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, well, this
never happened to me personally.
Well, yeah, because we haven't died. Not that I know of. But I feel like that's going to be one of those moments I see 100%.
It was like, I knew it was going to be beautiful, and I knew it was something that people talk about, but I did not even begin to fathom how amazing it would be. And when I saw it in person, it was like everything your mom talked about, like spiritually and like physically and like my alignment with the universe. She cried. It all came into one, and I was like, and then I just started crying.
I thought it was going to be this big in the sky.
Yeah.
Because we had the glasses.
But it started this big.
Well, yeah, because when you look at the sun with the glasses, the sun's like this big in the sky. But at first, before I had even looked in the glasses, I thought it was going to be huge. Because...
You know, it's got all the flyers.
And pictures and shit. It looks huge, but then it actually happened, and it was just as big as I thought.
But it, like, bursts before it happens. It was like...
And then when the sun started coming back, it was like the most magical moment.
That was one of the coolest things. If not the coolest thing I've ever seen, ever.
I wish I could go back.
I know, that's one of those things I wish I could relive, and I just will never be able to.
What were we... Oh. So with the solar eclipse, we felt like...
Because the solar eclipse, if you're a hippie, or like, you know, into the universe...
If you're into the universe.
It's supposed to have a lot on your emotional and mental being. like, has a lot of effects.
What was she saying?
Your mom was saying, like, a lot of things will come into tuition.
Fruition.
That's what I meant. College tuition. No.
Fruition.
Into fruition.
Yeah. That.
Where, like, things will, like, come full circle that you didn't expect, or things will have a conclusion that you didn't think.
Conclusions.
And it's like...
And also...
It was, like, something she said about the sun and the moon aligning.
Things are also beginning. Like things that you've been waiting for.
And, like, the sun and the moon are these two huge, like, spirits, kind of.
Yes.
And they, like, represent, like, parts of you that are, like, coming to alignment.
Yeah.
It was just, like, a lot. Mm-hmm. We should just have your mom on the podcast and talk about it.
Because we should have.
I was just like...
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So I feel like after the eclipse happened, everything in our life was, like, eerily perfect. My life has never felt that perfect. Ever, I don't think.
The funny thing is that it wasn't the things that were happening that made it feel perfect. It was just the mood. Like, the atmosphere. Like, everything was like, this is supposed to be happening.
Like, it didn't feel wrong, though. It was like, wow, this is good, and there's nothing. My life is perfect. It was, like, amplified. Like,
all of us, too.
Yeah.
You, me, Alyssa, and Sarah, our souls are, like, so connected. Mm-hmm. Because if one of us feels anything, anything,
all of us feel it.
We all feel it. And it's so weird. And the funny thing is that it's not just because, like, if you're excited, I'm excited for you. It's like there's something also really exciting happening in my life.
It's like empathy in, like, the highest form of soul connections.
Yeah, like, in the first podcast we ever did over love in the universe, we talked about how synchronized, like, maybe we're overthinking it, but I really don't think it's a coincidence. Like, it's like
a soulmate.
It's weird.
It's a soulmate.
If something's exciting happening for you, there's something exciting happening for me. Mm-hmm. Like, the other day, this is what I was leading to. Mm-hmm. The other day, everything was so weird perfect, like creepy perfect, and then, like, too good to be true perfect. Mm-hmm. And then that night, we all were we were all so sad.
But, like, for no reason.
But I wonder if it was because, like, I think it was like
the downfall.
I think we're all really, this sounds really pretentious, but I think we're all really, really in touch with something. Like, I think we're all really in touch with feelings that are coming, or, like, things that are, like, happening in the universe. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I sound like a crazy person.
No, I agree. I feel like we're such open and, like-minded people, and we're so, like, one with the universe and, like, weird, like, fadey type of people that I feel like when you are...
We are so... Okay, fadey, because I can't really say it on the podcast, but never mind. I got really excited because I thought it was...
But it's like the law of attraction, you know? It's like when you believe in something so strongly, it comes to... Fruition. Yeah. So, like, it's not pretentious because it's like we are so in touch with it that our bodies are in touch with it. And, like, we were so happy, and then we were so sad. And it wasn't just one of us.
I think we were predicting, like, how we're feeling now.
We were all in the... And I think that's the most connected we've all ever been, though, because the three of us just all of a sudden were laying in my bed.
But that's the weird thing, because that's what I was saying. Why did we feel so fine and that, like, our lives were falling into place, and then all of a sudden... Our lives were still the same. We were all just, like, at the same moment, we were like, wait a minute.
But we weren't even, like, we were like, our lives are perfect. We're sad.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Why was it so...
We sat on my bed for, like, 2.5 hours and listened to Dodie and sad music.
We all almost cried.
Yeah. Like, and then the next day...
We weren't talking. We were just laying there and, like, ugh.
And then the next day was the worst day of me and Alyssa's lives. And then Zoe didn't have any idea any of this was happening because Alyssa spent the night that night and Zoe didn't. And me and Alyssa woke up, and from the time me and Alyssa woke up to the time I went to bed that night, my life.
Can you imagine if I had stayed the night?
Oh, no. It was not good. And
it was a bad day.
For some reason, Zoe, by her lonesome, was also having a terrible, awful day.
But for no reason.
Yeah.
Happy things, fine thing. It was a normal day, but I was in the worst, most sad, like, brought down mood, and you texted me telling me about your day, and you weren't just in a sad mood because bad things were happening that day, but I was like, is this why I'm sad? Because I think I can feel your feelings all the way from here, because I literally listened to the same song 4 times and just cried.
I've listened to the same song 3 days in a row and just cried all day. But literally,
Oh,
that was
God.
it. Went from amplified perfection to amplified like the most horrendous. Like it probably wasn't even that bad on like a regular day before I'd seen the eclipse and it ruined my life. I would have felt fine, but it was like amplified, and like me and Alyssa both felt so overwhelmed, and like it was just like never ending. And I've never felt worse. And then the next day, it had like drained me so much that the next day I still was like, and I woke up today and I still felt kind of drained.
I don't know how I feel right now because I have happy things happening, but I
Mhm.
also like have things that I really should be worrying about.
Mhm. I think that's just.
Oh my
like,
gosh, this is weird.
What?
Life.
I know. I feel like me and Zoe and Alyssa and Sarah are all at that stage in our lives. I saw a tweet that said 18 to 22 is a weird age because some people are going to prison, some people are getting married, and some people still have to ask to stay out past curfew. And I think I've talked about that
Yeah.
every day because it's so true. Like
It's so
it's
weird.
such a weird age. And I feel like I'm like flourishing and like experience my life to the fullest, but it's
I
also
feel like
so
it's
weird.
also the highest highs and the lowest lows. That's all it is.
Because like right now, me and Zoe specifically are really struggling with wanting to move out. Like that, I think out of all the struggles in my life right now, that's like so high because it's almost like every struggle I have can be brought back to that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
It's like everything roots back to
yeah,
it.
it's like I need to be alone in my house. Like everything just comes back to that, and like that's something we really struggle with. And like, should we talk about Australia?
Let's talk about it.
Okay.
I guess so. I
You
mean,
want to talk about it?
so we were going to go. I don't want to sound mad about it because I'm not mad because
I'm not
really
mad about
think
it. I think the universe is doing something.
I think it's supposed to be this way. Anyway, so we were supposed to go to a trip to Australia
And New Zealand.
and New Zealand, and this was supposed to be happening till Monday. Monday we found out because I woke up to like 50 texts from you guys, but I can't even really talk about it because I don't even know what to say anymore.
We were supposed to go to Australia, and it was like a set in stone, like it was gonna happen. And then we were gonna go for 3 weeks.
It's hard to talk. It's hard to explain without explaining everything.
Yeah.
And I don't want to explain.
We were gonna go for 3 weeks, and basically we got offered a free trip, which sounds weird, but it was from.
But it was real.
It was from my friends.
Yeah.
Who invited me and then invited them.
Free tickets.
Free tickets, and it wasn't like one of those things like weird, like not gonna happen. Like it was.
It was very,
very gonna happen.
very much gonna happen. Yep.
And then it's been happening for like a month.
Almost. Yeah.
Yeah. And which I mean guess doesn't seem that long.
Felt like we were
But,
going
like-
for
but,
a
like,
long time.
We were really planning on going, and then it got canceled because they ended up not being able to pay for as much as they thought, which makes them seem like villainized, and it's not like at all. Because I'm not mad at them at all. Because I understand it's a lot of money.
It was, like I said,
A lot of
too
money.
good to be true.
Yeah, too
type
good
of
to be
money.
true.
Like it was weird.
And they're a lot more financially stable than we are. And if they still are able to buy like our plane tickets and everything, but then we are not able to like literally afford the rest of the trip because
Well, we were promised not just the tickets.
yeah, we were
but a place to stay,
like everything.
food, things to do,
yeah.
which is why it was kind of like.
And then it changed to just plane tickets, which is still like something that I was so willing to do. But because they are a lot more financially stable than us, they are willing to do more things that are more expensive that we can't afford.
Yeah.
So it's like we would be going on a trip with them, and we don't want to just ditch them and split away from them and not do the things they want to do. And the things they want to do are going to be a little higher class, more expensive, which we can't afford. We would go to the grocery store and eat cabbages the whole time. And they want to go eat $30 dinners.
We'd also be happy with that.
Yeah. So, life lessons, maybe it's a good thing
For what? What do
that
you
we're
mean?
not going.
Yeah, we think I was like, maybe it's because we're used to it, but like I was prepared for if it wasn't
Yeah.
happen, I was gonna be
And
okay.
I'm really not sad about it.
I'm not sad about it because we were also it like wasn't talked about much after we got back from the trip. Like it was.
Yeah. I'm
I
not
don't
sad
know.
about it, and I think it's obviously happening for a reason. There's a reason we're not going. There's a reason, whatever is happening. And we can still go on as many other trips as we want. We can still plan other things. And me and Zoe were just talking about this in my bed earlier. We were laying and we were looking at each other. And we were talking about how this is the first trip where we said, when we go to Australia, when.
When we do it.
And we jinxed the fuck out of it. So hard. Because me and Alyssa, from the time we've known each other, have been firm believers of only saying if and when. So that we don't jinx it. Because we don't want to sound like negative Nancy's where we're like, if we go. Because, like, if there's a thing where you're almost going to go but you're not certain, you don't want to just say if. So it's like a little positive hint of if and when. So if and when you go. And I feel like when there's situations like traveling, concerts, this, like planning situations, you have to say if and when. But when it comes to feelings and people, it's law of attraction, and you just go for it and say that you're happy no matter what. That you will do whatever happens. I feel like it's,
Yeah.
But, so that's part of our sadness. But
Kinda, yeah.
my cat died. This podcast should just be called the Sad Podcast.
But I'm not sad, like, sad,
I know, I'm not
sad. I'm more, but I'm
not
also
anymore.
not disappointed, and I'm also not mad.
I'm not sad
I'm more like, why am I not sad? That's kind of how I feel.
Everything else I was sad about. Australia was the one thing I was just like, okay, we don't have to go. Because I was talking.
It was very quickly decided.
I was talking to her, and she was like, well, this, and I was like, hey, guys, do we not want to go? And then they were like, yeah, we can't afford it. And I was like, okay, we're not going to go.
The second, it was like even in the cards that it was possibly not going to happen. We contemplated for like, well, let's see if we can make a budget. But then all of a sudden we were like,
yeah, let's just not. I think it's a lot easier, like, when you are as close of friends as we are, because we're not as close of friends with the people that we are going to go with, but, like, when you're as close of friends as, like, me, you, and Alyssa and Sarah, like, when you plan a trip, it's a lot easier to plan it with people that you're really close with.
It's true.
It's true.
Because you all want to, like, do the same thing.
And you're just as involved and you're just as poor.
Yeah. Exactly.
We are the same amount of poor. All of us are poor. I just want to move out. I feel like that's a really big problem in my life. Let's talk about our problems. What's your problems?
Is this the therapy podcast?
Should we play a Dodie sound?
I don't want to be sad.
We're not sad. We're talking. It's good to talk about your feelings because, like, I feel like if I don't talk about them, I'll explode. Remember how I was saying messy brain? If my room is messy, my brain is messy?
Yes.
If I don't talk about it, I'm going to have the haze. And, like, my biggest life problem right now is I just want to move out, and I feel like I need to figure out how I'm going to do it.
Yes.
Except I don't know how. I'm just going to save my money.
I need to do laundry.
You need to get a job.
I do.
You want to get a job at my dad's work? It's $11 an hour.
Doing what?
Cashiering.
Where does he work?
Herndon.
No, but where is that?
Franklin. Sorry, this was weird. They can't relate.
Like, what are they talking about?
I just tried to get Zoe a job.
Stop!
That's the thumbnail. Me slugging you.
Slugging. I like that.
Let's talk about something.
Talk about what? What problems do you like to mention?
I don't have any other than I want to move out. What do you have? What do you want to do? You know what me and Alyssa said? You have to have 3 things in your life at all times that you want to accomplish.
That's sad.
What?
Well, I guess what? Well, okay. Well,
3 things to keep you grounded. You have to have 3
But what
goals.
happens when you accomplish them? You
Make
need
another
3
one.
more. Okay.
So, and they don't have to be like, I'm going to do my laundry. Like bigger things, you know?
Well, yeah, I'd imagine.
I meant...
I know what you mean.
I mean not specific.
Oh, like big goals.
Like, yeah. Like, you want to hear mine?
Yes.
I don't remember.
Oh, you want to move out?
My goals are to make art.
Yep.
Make art.
Oh, you can't really always accomplish that, though.
Yes, of all facets.
But that's never going to go away.
Exactly. That's what I want to do for forever. It's a goal.
Okay.
The second I stop, I suck.
Okay.
So that's like, do not tell me what I can and cannot goal.
But I was going to say, how do you reach... Well, you do it all the time. But
Exactly.
It's okay.
So, like, always make short films. Don't stop. Braxy, continue.
Right.
I said other things. I think I said, maybe it was art to move out and to like fuck a cougar or something, but it wasn't. That was a joke. It was art and move out. I think those were my two. I had something else. I don't remember though.
What's your third one?
I don't remember.
Make one up.
I said it at the park. I don't remember. Maybe it was traveling or something.
So,
but that wasn't.
I went to go visit my high school today. This is gonna be relevant, I promise.
Okay.
And with a friend who is doing things with her life.
What's that like?
She's in college, is what I'm saying. And we went and visited like old teachers that all wanted to know what we were doing with our lives. And I felt my biggest problem is I compare what I'm doing with my life to everyone else around me constantly.
Why do you do that?
I don't know, Braxton. Why do I do that?
Like what?
Like, okay, so she was talking about her life and what she's doing. And then they'd immediately look over to me and be like, well, what are you doing? Where are you going to college? And all this stuff. And I'm like, I have to explain. But the thing is, like, I make my decisions and I think about my decisions. And I don't regret decisions I make more than half the time. And I don't regret decisions I've made recently. But I felt when I'm... Where was I going with that?
You compare yourself.
But what were we talking about before?
3 things. You were talking about Devin.
Oh. I was just mentioning that I feel like I don't have 3 things that I want to be doing pretty much because I sound like I'm doing nothing.
You want to move out?
Yeah.
You want to make art?
Yeah.
You want to get a boyfriend?
That's not a goal.
It's a goal.
I don't want to make
You
that
want love. Is that so bad? Is it so wrong to want to be loved?
I don't want it to be a goal.
What?
Why? No. You know.
I want to fuck a cougar. Not to be mistaken
don't-
with the animal. Not
No, to
bestiality.
That's not a goal, though.
I know.
Whatever happens, happens.
Do you compare yourself to me?
No.
Then what?
Huh?
Devin's better than me? You don't want to compare yourself
No.
to me? I suck just
I
as much
do.
as you.
I do with certain things.
Like what?
I don't want to talk about
I'm
it.
beautiful and you're not. I'm kidding. I literally hate myself and I wish I was dead. I take pictures of you all the time and I'm like, wow, my best friend's beautiful and I'm ugly.
I think we all feel like that.
You don't.
Yes, I do.
You take pictures of me
Huh?
and you're like, wow, she's ugly. What, you don't have famous short films, so you don't yours go to even though you're in them.
I think this is all hallucination, and I think this is a simulation. I don't think we need to really worry about anything.
Oh, that
Sorry.
hurt. A lady I work with bought me a plant today. What?
I actually just forgot what I was gonna say.
Do you compare yourself to Alyssa?
Huh?
Do you compare yourself to Alyssa?
Yeah.
So Alyssa's better than me. So everyone's better.
I do compare myself to you.
Do you compare yourself to Alex?
Yeah.
What's Alyssa do that you don't do?
I don't want to talk about that. That's so sad.
What? We're being honest. I'll tell you my darkest secrets.
Go. I compare myself to everyone. We all do.
Yeah, but like you're talking about in life.
In life at all times, anything. Not just like where people
Yeah, okay,
are
but
in
it's
life.
not like we're like some huge accomplished like Meryl Streep Golden Award winning people.
But it's not accomplishments. It's just things in life.
So like what? We're like smarter than you, or like what? I don't understand.
I don't want to talk about it. This is a very personal
I
podcast.
compare myself to you because you don't have as much acne as me.
Your skin looks great.
I have pimples right here.
I have pimples all over my forehead.
So you have bangs.
That's literally no. Actually, when I got bangs was when my forehead started
It's
bleeding.
because the oils.
Yeah.
So what should we talk about? That's not personal. Why don't you?
I think we should keep talking about personal things because
Why don't you like getting personal with the internet?
Because sometimes things get too personal.
It's true. I still haven't told people some of the most personal things in my life.
Like me.
Shh, they're not supposed to know about us.
That took me so long.
Oops. Maybe it's the worst in me. Just bring out the worst in you. I know we can fix these kinks. But the worst in me. That's it. Why to work on
Braxy.
things.
If you look at that song in a not loving relationship type of way, that's literally about us. What?
But me and you?
Because we're always in the same mood. Maybe it's the worst in me, bringing out the worst in me. I know we could fix these kinks, but the worst in me doesn't want to.
But the best in me wants to love you. It's kind of true.
It is true a little bit.
I think we were twins at one time, and I killed you in the umbilical cord in like the 1920s, and now we're two separated pieces of twins.
I think we should go to a psychic.
Oh yeah.
I thought you were gonna burp and then you didn't. I want Taco Bell.
Oh my God, Zoe, what do you want?
I paid.
I feel
for
like we're on
Wendy's.
Jerry Springer, and I'm like, what do you want, Felicia?
I paid for Wendy's today in all quarters.
I love doing the podcast because I just hear things that you've already told me, and I have to pretend like I didn't. I'm like,
You don't have to
wow,
pretend.
That's so crazy.
My life is wild.
Because literally, I don't know if you, I don't know if you guys know this, but the podcast is just us talking the same conversation we've already had today.
There's one thing you haven't asked me again today.
What did I ask you?
You said we should have started the podcast like that.
Oh. Is that a bodysuit?
What's that?
That's not what you said.
What'd you say?
Is that a bodysuit? Where's the strings?
It is a bodysuit.
Stuff your butt.
No, it's not that tight.
That literally happened before we turned on the camera.
Oh,
I think that's one of my favorite things about the podcast is like maybe we're not good at picking topics because I've said this before on the podcast, but
it's hot.
Whatever we want to talk about on the podcast, no matter if we pick a topic, we're gonna end up talking about what we want to talk about with oh shit.
Damn it.
Oh no.
Let's talk about movies.
Wait,
What?
we forgot to set a timer, that's why the audio, like shit.
We suck.
Midnight snack. Midnight snack.
Should we should just read a snippet of poetry we've written.
I don't have any.
I do.
Oh, I could read you that poem that I told you I was going to read and I never did.
Is it sad?
Yes.
Okay.
I wrote it.
I don't have really much poetry in my phone at the moment.
Actually, I just have this in my phone. I can't make monkey bread with loose boobs. I don't know what it's from. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm gonna read a random note too. I'm just gonna scroll and I'm gonna click.
I feel like we have separate. We're gonna have separate ones, but our conjoined one is literally just go listen to "Worst in Me" by Julia Michaels.
What?
Food for thought. Go listen to that song.
Go listen to the song
This-
"Worst in Me"
Julia Michaels.
by Julia Michaels.
Because that is our eternal mood for the last 3 days.
that is what we feel like. If you want anything from our actual
Maybe you
thoughts,
should just turn that song on while you listen to this podcast.
the live version.
Mm-hmm.
Scroll to a random note in your phone.
This is the one I picked. Don't read it.
It's but a memory, I said, while he whispered, I'll always remember the summer where we met. I wrote that on my phone. Remember that
Mm-hmm.
poem?
Yes, I love that one.
I just need to fix things. It's really hot in here.
I'm sorry, we're almost done. You want to read? Should I read this? It's kind of long.
I'm so ready.
Okay. It's called Desperately. Or Desperate. What's cooler? Desperate.
Desperately.
I so desperately would like to turn the tables.
Read louder.
Oh. Should I also read like that? I so desperately.
No, don't.
Sorry.
We need to stop talking like that.
Why would I do that? Okay, it says, I so desperately would like to turn the tables. I want to be the center of attention. To be the one... Oh, God. To be the one to put in... What? See, this is why I don't write in my...
I like that part.
This is why I don't write in my phone, because I don't ever know what I wrote.
Did you write it on paper?
No.
Maybe it's...
Okay, I so desperately would like to turn the tables. I want to be the center of attention. To be the one to put in only half an effort but hope for more. To sit aside and see the messages add up. To feel the admiration and affection fill the brims of my eyes. I so desperately want to be the one to feel loved and appreciated. But I'm so used to giving my whole soul when they're too busy giving theirs to someone else who isn't me. I wonder what it's like to be someone who isn't me, to not feel so desperately. That's all.
That's nice. Also really sad.
I know.
I can't... I've had trouble putting... I don't want to talk about that, actually.
Okay.
I just don't... I feel like there's sad things happening in my life that aren't really sad, but more, like, frustrating. And I'm just going to put them away.
Like things we've talked about?
Huh?
Like things we've talked about?
Yeah, some other things. Just things.
Things I don't know?
I mean, not really. I just things I don't talk about to anybody. You don't know my life, so.
What if I just started crying?
What if I just started
and I was
crying?
like, Zoe, why don't you tell me things? I want to tell you things,
Like what?
but I don't know if that's what you want. Tell me, please.
What is
Tell
this
me
from?
things.
I don't get the reference.
Truly not a true Carol fan.
Oh.
Ask me things.
I have a fun idea.
That's from Carol.
We should do a podcast.
I love the movie Carol. Carol's a good movie.
We should do a podcast where we find scenarios to act out.
Like what?
I'll just go.
Okay, the door's over there. Get out, bitch. Fuck you. I'm gonna throw this fucking artichoke at you.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's for
Roxy,
you,
do I need to take you to
It's
anger
for
management?
You, baby. Have
Management.
baby.
What did you say?
I said,
Aww. I said we should find scenarios that we
like what I said.
like
Like giving birth.
yeah.
I'll do it now.
No, not like that.
Give me a fentanyl! Wait, what's it called? Did they just tell me to quiet down on my podcast? Who knows? Is this real life?
So, did you make a timer?
No.
Do it. Do it. No, I said.
He's in a bitchy mood and I'm not his friend right now.
Do things that I wanted to. We should like act out. I give up. I'm not even explaining this idea anymore.
No, continue.
No, I'm just saying we should find scenarios that we have to act.
Like what? I said.
Like things people audition with. Like, or we have to act
like
out scenes from
monologues?
movies.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
monologues.
okay.
That's the word.
See, I didn't know if you meant like giving birth.
Like charades.
Yeah.
No.
You mean like actual monologues.
Yeah.
I can't believe he just told me to be quiet on my own podcast. See, this is why we're not in a good mood. That's why I'm not in a good mood.
Let's go get custard.
We sat here for literally 30 minutes before the podcast waiting for everybody to shut up.
This has been a very weird podcast.
This has been a really weird couple days.
So one time, Braxy and I, it was the night before I graduated. We had like a little like get together thing, and after everyone left, it was you, me, and Devin, and it was really weird. The energy felt like we were about to be abducted. Like everything looked fake. I felt like I was in a movie. It was like a movie set. I felt like I was on a fake world.
Yeah, I felt like I was in like
the grass was fake, the trees were fake, the lights were fake, the roads were
Cloverfield
fake.
Lane / Freddy Krueger.
The cars were fake. Everything was fake. It wasn't real.
It felt weird.
I couldn't get out of it. Even when we went home, we were like, I think it was the lighting, which makes no sense, but
it wasn't
dark.
dark.
It was like really bluish fluorescent, and it felt like
everything felt like you know the romance filter. It felt like romance cartoon. Like it felt like I know things are 3D because we're in a 3D world, but it felt 3D.
It felt really high definition.
Yeah, it felt like it was gonna touch me, not vice versa.
That's what it feels like to be high.
Is that what it feels like to be high? What we were feeling?
Kinda. Maybe in a more like.
But we started saying really weird stuff, like it feels like a giraffe and a tutu is gonna come out riding an alien.
Yeah, like I felt like something was about to happen.
Like something weird, like an octopus was gonna
like
come
I felt like
across
there
the
were
road.
aliens in your backyard. Like maybe we were abducted. That's one of my biggest fears.
Are we back now?
Aliens.
I get the chills thinking about that.
Aliens are one of my biggest fears.
Is that your biggest fear?
In the ocean.
Aliens don't scare me.
Aliens never scared me until I watched this video about this guy talking about when he got abducted, and I was like, hope I don't ever get abducted. Even though I feel like it is realistic because it could totally happen. There are so many people that don't believe in aliens.
Like majority of people.
I don't understand.
Because religion. People don't think that exists. But I don't know how you can not believe in aliens.
I know.
We should watch Fire in the Sky.
What's that?
It's an alien movie about a guy that gets abducted.
I don't want to see an alien movie.
Aliens do scare you a lot. They didn't used to either.
I know.
Remember that one day we were sitting in Alex's room?
Yeah,
and we
I
watched
couldn't.
Aliens?
You guys watched the video, and I couldn't watch. I was like, nope. Aliens scare me, but clowns don't.
Clowns don't scare me.
The new It movie looks really good.
I think anything in a certain predicament could scare me. You know?
Like what?
Like a clown, if it was actually genuinely chasing me, trying to kill me, it would scare me.
Well, yeah, that's called fear of your life.
Yeah.
for death.
My biggest fear used to be dying. Just death. Like, not
I've never been scared of death.
but not the thought of, like, getting killed. Like, I wasn't one of those people that was, like, paranoid.
You were scared of the whatever was after death.
Like, because I think that was when I started questioning religion and stuff.
Yeah.
And that was when I was, like, petrified. Because I was petrified because it was black. Because in my head, you know, I was raised religious, in a religious background. So, I was like...
I was not.
I started questioning. For whatever reason, I always thought it was black. And that started to scare me because I was like, I'm going to die and it's just going to be black. And then I was
You
really
won't be
scared.
conscious.
But then, one day that just didn't scare me anymore, and now I feel like I'm not scared of anything. That sounds pretentious,
But
too.
what is your biggest fear, for real?
Never finding love, is that gross?
You find love all the time.
I'm talking about, like, I've had this conversation with Alyssa before. I feel like there's a certain type of love, like the Carol and Therese love, or like the Cosima Delphine love, that I have created a disassociation with in my head, and I have made it fake, and it only exists in art and movies and TV shows, and I want that type of a love, you know, like to be in love.
Well, you know,
But
I've
I've created a dissociation, and I feel like it will never happen.
Here's the thing. In movies and TV shows and movies like Carol, people didn't that didn't come out of nothing. You know what I mean? Like, that was just an idea based on actual feeling and and life. Like, that we didn't, there's nothing made up about it.
Yeah, I know.
It's
someone's brain.
It came from somewhere.
But that's like Warmish. People probably see that and think of it as like the most like infatuated love ever. But like my brain has disassociated real love with that love, and I'm afraid I'm gonna die alone. I'm one of those gross white Tumblr people. My biggest fear is to not be loved. I think I don't like the idea of getting Alzheimer's. Wow, this is a
Don't
really
even say that.
dark podcast.
It's not dark, it's personal.
I think this is the most personal podcast we've
The
ever
fact
had.
that it's personal and it's gotten dark is what's scary.
I know.
That's my biggest fear.
It's like, oh gosh, it's the cobweb parts of our brain.
Let's talk about
sex. Let's talk about you and me.
maybe we should mention. I think we should keep going with this personal thing. Like, what is, like, with your biggest fear, then, like, something else? So, another personal question.
What's another personal question?
I don't know.
What's your biggest not fear?
So, what do I...
What's... What's the saddest you've ever been in your life? I don't know. What's a personal question?
I don't know.
Like, what's your favorite finger?
Look up personal questions. No. What's your favorite finger?
I have two answers.
I like this thumb.
I like this finger when the nail is long, but I like this finger normal.
So then that one's your favorite.
So this one's my favorite. But I like this one more when the finger is long. The fingernail.
The finger.
Yeah. But I cut it today because I chipped it. What's your favorite hand?
This one. Funny story.
This one's skinnier, so this one.
I like this hand.
Me too. It's the
It
hand you write
flows
with.
with my arm.
It's because it's
You
the
know what I
hand you
mean?
write with, so it's like more muscular and shit.
My hand doesn't look very muscular.
Yeah, but that hand's probably skinnier than that one because it's got more.
No, this one just looks better.
Okay.
Funny story. I have a scar on my hand. This is still here.
What's it?
Prom. When I
Oh my God,
burned my
yeah.
hand on a pan.
You're gonna have that forever.
So for prom night, we did, like, breakfast for dinner at my house, and we did, like, a whole, like, cooking thing. It was really fun. And...
That was...
yeah, I burned my hand, and I was in a lot of pain at prom, because my hand was burned. I was, like, dancing with...
your hand in the air. You're, like, injured. I have an extra bone in my wrist now and my ankles. I have extra wrist ankle bones. How's the train wreck?
Oh, my
That was
God.
the hardest thing that's ever happened to me.
Wrist ankle.
I have extra bones in my ankles. And I didn't think it wasn't normal until everyone told me it wasn't normal.
Yeah, it's not normal. If you don't know what she means...
Look it up.
No. You can't tell
You
unless
can't
you
tell.
feel it. You know
No,
those...
you can see it. Look at it.
Whoa.
I don't think it's that weird. It comes from this bone. It's like attached. You don't have that?
No. Look. I have a normal bone.
See, what's that?
Let me feel.
That's
just my foot.
But that's the same thing. Mine's just a lot bigger.
No, I don't have that. Show.
You can't see it. You know what? My grandma had it.
Oh, so it's genetics.
Yeah, so...
I wanted...
Fun of me.
No, I don't.
You want what?
Nothing.
To be born again. You want to be brand new?
No, I don't.
I think we put ourselves in a depressed mood.
I'm not depressed.
That's what a depressed person would say.
That's right. That's probably true. No, I feel like, okay, so you know what it feels like when you're like, you've been up for a really long time and like you want to sleep but you can't? Like you, when your eyes feel like they're burning.
Just keep explaining and then I'll know what you're talking about.
Like when your eyes are like so tired. When you get really tired, do your eyes like water a lot? Like do you like like when you've been awake for so long and your eyes just would close, but you like know you wouldn't sleep, but you're like
So
your
usually
eyes
when
are
I'm tired and I close my eyes, I fall asleep.
No, the feeling when your eyes are tired.
You sound insane.
You know what I mean. Whoops. When your eyes are tired, like your eyes feel like, but you know you wouldn't.
What time is it?
Huh?
What time is it when this is happening? Is it late? Or did you stay up all night?
No, but I'm just tired in general. Like when you go, like, okay, you haven't been to school in a long time, but when you would go to school.
Call me stupid?
No, I'm just stating the facts. When you would be up in the morning and you'd be in first period and like your eyes just are tired, but you wouldn't sleep.
Well, you can't sleep.
Your eyes
like you're not
feels like
you're not allowed to sleep, not that you can't.
No.
Because if you're tired, don't you usually fall asleep? Unless you're not allowed to because you're at school?
No. I mean, like, I give up. I cannot explain what I feel like right now.
No, I know what you mean.
No, you don't.
I feel like I'm in a trolley mood. I want to go troll. I want to go egg someone's house.
I'm ready for the autumn. Were you wondering what I was doing?
Yes.
I was grabbing a string. I used to do this at work all the time.
In your apron?
Yeah, because I'd be cold. I used to work at a custard shop, so I'd get cold.
We should go there.
That's what I'm feeling like.
I was so cold today, all day.
Your storyboard me.
Most of my stories.
This is probably the worst podcast we've ever made.
I feel like it's not. It's not as bad as the one where we played that stupid ass game.
Yeah. It's not, but it's
I
bad.
feel like
it's worse in a different way.
We shared some secrets.
Secrets. We should share more secrets.
Okay. One time, Max fed my rat too many french fries and it died. And then it came back to life one time.
That's not a secret, but that was really funny. Oh yeah, that was hilarious.
I know one of my fears.
What?
Walking downstairs to an open window, seeing someone looking through it.
Ew!
I just looked at that window and that's what I thought about.
I've been thinking about that a lot lately. Sometimes I just get the like really, really like a feeling that somebody's with me.
Like a ghost?
I'll be alone in my room. And then all of the sudden I just feel like there's someone there.
Ghost? Spirit?
I don't know.
Energy?
I don't know.
It was like when we went to Earthbound and I was like having a freaking heart attack.
Yeah, what was that?
That was energy because we went to Forever 21 and it was fine.
I told you it's the room because there's like shit, there's like crystals and there's like there's tarot cards in there.
I was overwhelmed.
It was just a lot of energy in the room. I told you.
You did. You were right. You feel like there's someone with you? Are you a medium?
No.
Do you just feel that energy?
I just feel like kind of like that one night when it felt really HD. Like I felt like all of a sudden.
It's kind of like when you feel like someone's watching you.
No, because it's not that. It's more. I feel like I know exactly where it is.
That's never happened to me, and I'm glad it's not because I'd probably cry.
Really?
Yeah, it scares me.
It's not that it scares me. It's more like, I don't know. It's just like I know something.
On the same type of topic, you want to hear a story?
Yes.
I was in my car on the way to work one day, and it was early in the morning, and I was at a stoplight, and I was in the right-hand lane, so there was, like, the left-hand lane. And I was in my car singing, and I was singing, and for some reason, I just felt like the person in the car next to me was watching me sing and, like, laughing at me, because I was, like, really into it. And it was also, like, 7 in the morning, and I was like, baby, you busted me! And I just felt like they were watching me, but I didn't want to look, because you know when you, like, know they're watching you, but you can't look, because you're going to make eye contact.
Yeah, and then it's
And
weird.
it's like every fiber in your being knows that they're looking.
Yeah.
I felt like that, and so I was like, I took a drink of coffee, and I put it down, and I was just like,
yeah.
And I looked over, and there was a dog in the window staring at me, and it was like, and when I looked at it, it went, like, was staring exactly right at me. So, like, I could feel the dog staring at me. I just thought it was a person.
So cute.
It was so cute. It was like a little Cocker Spaniel. And I was like...
I used to want a Cocker Spaniel.
And then I started laughing, and the lady in the car saw me laughing because her dog was staring at me.
That is the cutest.
It was really cute. Should we end on that?
I want a pet rabbit.
You've wanted a pet rabbit for a while. Maybe you should get one. You want to go to the...
No. Because I would not want to take care of it. That's like such an impulsive thing. But it doesn't feel impulsive when it's something I've wanted for a while.
It's more like the aesthetic of it.
Not
just
the
like
aesthetic,
the fluff of it.
but the fact that it's a little bunny.
Yeah.
I want a little bunny.
See, it's like, obviously my rats were not impulse because I wanted them, and like I took a lot of good care of them, but like, yeah, it's hard work. It smells bad too.
I have some geckos. I have geckos. I hate feeding them. I don't want to get up and do it.
So much work.
I just don't feel like it ever. I'm just like...
I used to come home and clean my rat cage every single day. That's how dirty they are.
See, I couldn't. See, it seems like a good idea, and then you do it, and it's like, this is the most awful decision.
Sometimes I look at my phone and I see pictures of Lolly, and I just want to cry because I miss her so much.
Really?
And I loved her so much.
Oh.
I miss her. That was
She's
like,
not dead.
No.
But earlier you said...
Yeah, no, she came back to life.
She came back to life.
I feel like that's like giving your kid up for adoption.
I feel like it's a little more than that.
Oh yeah, giving your kid up for adoption would be easier. But like Lucy was allergic to them.
To us?
Yeah, that's why she choked. Remember how much she used to choke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dog chokes all the time.
She like never chokes anymore.
My dog will just be looking at me and then he go just start choking.
Maybe he's allergic to the geckos.
Probably not. He's just stupid.
He's
dumb.
a cute baby.
Oh, I love my dog so much.
The cutest boy in all the land.
I can't be around any other dog without missing my dog. I love
feel
my dog.
that. I want to get more rats, but no one will ever replace Lolly.
Look at my elbow.
Well, this was a good podcast.
It's mediocre.
Tune in next week for shit you don't want to listen to.
Should we promise something?
What should we promise?
So we'll actually do something good for the next podcast?
What do we want to do? No, we shouldn't promise that. Yeah.
We will have a guest.
Next week.
No, not next week.
Next podcast. Why did we promise that? Wait, we've never had a guest on your channel. Maybe we should do it on your channel.
Okay.
So not next week. You take it back.
Not next time.
We'll have a podcast.
Next time.
Can you guys give us suggestions so we don't do like shitty stuff? Thanks.
But that makes us sound shitty. I think we were both very tired.
Let's go get ice cream.
And sad. Okay.
F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me. N is for anywhere and anytime at all.
Down here in the deep blue sea.